Okay, here's the conspiracy theory. I have friends in Belarus, right? Up until the beginning of last week, they were allowed to go to the banks and exchange their currency for US dollars, for the almighty US dollar. And they did that time and time again. And they have quite a bit of savings. With that said, last week they went to the same banks in Minsk in Belarus, right? The neighboring country to Russia, the country that's supposedly helping Russia, the country that basically their ruler or the president of Belarus was put in power by Putin. So he's one of his cronies. Okay, so we're back to Minsk. Okay, they went to the bank last week. Up until Wednesday of last week, they can get a max of 2,000 US dollars per transaction. On Thursday of last week, and here's where the conspiracy theory kicks in, they could only exchange currency for Russian rubles, their neighbor, their partner, and the Chinese yuan. Well, Chinese yuan, what are you saying, Matt? What are you saying? What's the conspiracy theory? Boom, there you have it. Now, I'm only going to state facts going forward. Fact, Russia probably has 2 to 3 weeks more of artillery, okay, before they run out. This war is costing Russia a lot of money. Let's not talk about the sanctions yet. Let's just talk about the cost of war, military, feeding, gas, ammunition, all that. Then you have the sanctions. So Russia does need help. Now, Russia already mentioned to China, hey, China, we need your help. And Russia and China have already set up a banking system. And China has already agreed to purchase more energy from Russia. So what is the likely next step? I said it wouldn't happen, but yeah, I think China is going to help Russia out and provide them artillery or military supplies. I think that's going to happen. I also think this is also setting up, ready for the next conspiracy theory, within 12 months' time, depending how the Russia situation plays out. Let's finish with that. How will Russia's situation plays out? Let's say they run low on ammunition. They're going to level the major cities. They're going to invade, cut off all the electricity. What do they have? 3 out of the 6 nuclear power plants in Ukraine right now under the Russian control? They will get all 6. They'll cut off the electricity. They will win this war. And with that, China will end up invading and taking over Taiwan. I think this will happen within the next 9 to 12 months. So I don't think it's immediate. I think China needs to wait to see how this plays out between Russia and Ukraine. But everybody likes a good conspiracy theory. And because I heard about what's happening in the Belarus banks, right? One domino falls leads to another. If they're telling their people, you want to own Russian rubles and the Chinese yuan, well, it makes me think, let's go back to facts. China is communist. Russia used to be communist all the way back to the USSR days, right? Late 80s, Gorbachev. Understand, they're still ruled the same way. They have President Putin now, but he's been president for, I would think, at least 20 years, something close to that. So basically the regime reminds me of the USSR. It reminds me of a communist country, AKA China. And whereas I thought China and Russia would not be better friends because of this war, I thought China and their president would be smarter and understand the economic sanctions he could possibly face. But they're communist. They are in the East. We are the Western nation. They've mentioned before, keep the West out of their affairs. They don't want our military bases in Japan. They don't want us in Southeast Asia. Russia doesn't want our military bases in Germany, in Poland. They don't want us in Europe at all. So understand, Russia's position next to China, it only makes sense that there's more trade, more interaction. So again, it's not going to surprise me when we hear within a week or two. And maybe it'll be leaked. Maybe China will do it on the down low. Because here's another conspiracy theory. We've seen the Chinese market move up about 16% last week. 16%. Who do you think is buying? Because I happen to think the Chinese government is supporting the Chinese market on the hush hush. Why? Because they don't have to announce their purchases. And China doesn't want their economy to look as bad as it is. So to me, it's just like more propaganda. Another conspiracy theory. And what is the US market doing? NASDAQ up 11% last week. Wow. I'm definitely looking for consolidation. If you want to hear about that, you got to watch one of my other videos where I talk about consolidation and how the market's just gone up 5 straight days. Thanks again. Make sure you stay for the next video, and I'm sure it will help.